Hello, friends. It's Chef Anita, and today I'm going to read you another story. Today's story is called Stellaluna by Janelle Cannon. It's a story about a little bat. Stellaluna. Bats. In a warm and sultry forest far, far away, there once lived a mother fruit bat and her new baby. Oh, how Mother Bat loved her soft, tiny baby. "I'll name you Stellaluna," she crooned. Each night Mother Bat would carry Stellaluna clutched to her breast as she flew out to search for food. And there's Mama Bat, and there's a little baby bat hanging on for dear life as Mama's flying out in the night. Because bats fly at night. One night, as Mother Bat followed the heavy scent of ripe fruit, an owl spied her. He saw her. On silent wings the powerful bird swooped down upon the bats. Dodging and shrieking, Mother Bat tried to escape, but the owl struck again and again, knocking Stellaluna into the air. Her baby wings were as limp and as useless as wet paper. Down, down she went, faster and faster, into the forest below. And look, there's the little baby bird falling, and there's the owl going after Mama Bat. Owl is the bird. This is the Mama Bat and little baby Luna. Falling, falling, falling down, baby Stellaluna. Oh my goodness. Into the forest. The dark, leafy tangle of branches caught Stellaluna as she fell. One twig was small enough for Stellaluna's tiny feet. Wrapping her wings about her, she clutched the thin branch, trembling with cold and fear. "Mother," Stellaluna squeaked, "where are you?" By daybreak the baby bat could hold on no longer. Down, down again she dropped. And here she is in the tree hanging on by herself. And she's so scared. Look, the little tiny eye peeping out. Oh, where's my mom? And then next morning she's falling again, falling. Flump! Stellaluna landed headfirst in a soft, downy nest, startling the three baby birds who lived there. Stellaluna quickly clambered from the nest and hung out of sight below it. She listened to the babble of the three birds. "What was that?" cried Flap. "I don't know, but it's hanging by its feet," chirped Flitter. "Shh! Here comes Mama," hissed Pip. And look, there's the bird's nest and the baby birds. Pip and Flap and Flitter, and there's little Stellaluna head first in that bird's nest. In the tree. Shh, here comes Mama. Many, many times that day, Mama Bird flew away, always returning with food for her babies. Stellaluna was terribly hungry, but not for the crawly things Mama Bird brought. Finally, though, the little bat could bear it no longer. She climbed into the nest, closed her eyes, and opened her mouth. Plop! In dropped a big green grasshopper. So baby birds, they sit in the nest, and Mom goes to get the food, and she brings it back, and they all sit in the nest with their mouths open, and Mom drops the food inside, and here's Stellaluna. Mama Bird's got a grasshopper, which is not what bats eat, but she's so hungry. Stellaluna learned to be like the birds. She stayed awake all day and slept at night. She ate bugs, even though they tasted awful. Her bat ways were quickly disappearing, except for one thing. Stellaluna still liked to sleep hanging by her feet. Once, when Mama was away, the curious baby birds decided to try it too. When Mama Bird came home, she saw 8 tiny feet gripping the edge of the nest. "Eek!" she cried. "Get back up here this instant. You're going to fall and break your necks." And look, there they are. There's Mama Bird. "Hey, get back in there." And look, there's the baby birds hanging by their feet upside down, and there's little Stellaluna in the middle of it. And look, Mama Bird's got a worm she brought back to feed them. But birds don't hang by their feet. It's highly unusual, but bats do. The birds clambered back into the nest, but Mama stopped. Mama Bird stopped Stellaluna. You are teaching my children to do bad things. I will not let you back into this nest unless you promise to obey all the rules of this house. Stellaluna promised. She ate bugs without making faces. She slept in the nest at night, and she didn't hang by her feet. Stellaluna behaved as a good bird should. And look, there she is trying to get back in the nest. And Mama's saying, you can come back, but you can't be hanging by your feet. And don't you be teaching my little birds bad things. Okay, let me in. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll stop. I'll be a good bird, bird. All the babies grew quickly. Soon the nest became crowded. Mama Bird told them it was time to learn to fly. One by one, Pip, Flitter, Flap, and Stellaluna jumped from the nest. Their wings worked. I'm just like them, thought Stellaluna. I can fly too, and she can. Look there she goes, flying, and the birds are flying, and this one's getting ready to jump and fly. Just like that, they're flying. Wish I could fly. Pip, Flitter, and Flap landed gracefully on a branch. Stellaluna tried to do the same, but not having a good, she's not used to standing like that. See how they're standing on that? That's not how, having a hard time of it. Real hard time. How embarrassing. She starts to fall, and then she hangs on, and then she climbs back up, and she's drooped over. Oh, it's hard. She's not built the same way. I will fly all day, Stellaluna told herself. Then no one will see how clumsy I am. And here she is, hanging on. She's got her little hands gripping with her feet. I mean, that branch is bigger than her feet. It's hard. She's gripping. She's up there. The next day, Pip, Flitter, Flap, and Stellaluna went flying far from home. They flew for hours, exercising their new wings. The sun is setting, warned Flitter. We'd better go home or we'll get lost in the dark, said Flap. But Stellaluna had flown far ahead and was nowhere to be seen. The three anxious birds went home without her. Stellaluna's still flying, and they're stopping to take a rest, and they're saying, let's go home. Time to go home. Stellaluna had flown on. All alone, Stellaluna flew and flew until her wings ached, and she dropped into a tree. I promised not to hang by my feet, Stellaluna sighed. So she hung by her thumbs and soon fell asleep. She didn't hear the soft sound of wings coming near because she doesn't have a nest. So she's hanging by her thumbs, and her wings are coming. Wings, something's flying in next to her. Hey, a loud voice called. Why are you hanging upside down? Stellaluna's eyes opened wide. She saw a most peculiar face. I'm not upside down. You are, Stellaluna said. Ah, but you're a bat. Bats hang by their feet. You're hanging by your thumbs. So that makes you upside down, the creature said. I'm a bat. I'm hanging by my feet. That makes me right side up. Stellaluna was confused. Mama Bird told me I was upside down. She said I was wrong. Wrong for a bird, maybe, but not for a bat. So here's Stellaluna hanging by her thumbs, and there's her new bat friend who's saying, you're upside down. Or who's upside down? Should be hanging by thumbs. Wrong for a bird, but not for a bat. More bats gathered around to see the strange young bat who behaved like a bird. Stellaluna told them her story. You ate bugs? One stuttered. You slept at night? Another gasped. How very strange, they all murmured. Wait, let me look at this child. A bat pushed through the crowd. An owl attacked you? She asked, sniffing Stellaluna's fur. she whispered. You are Stellaluna. You are my baby. Stellaluna telling her story to all her friends. And her mama comes and sniffs her out. You are my baby. You escaped the owl, cried Stellaluna. You survived? Yes, said Mother Bat as she wrapped her wings around Stellaluna. Come with me and I'll show you where to find the most delicious fruit. You'll never have to eat another bug as long as you live. And look, there's Stellaluna and her mom is hugging her. They're hanging upside down. And Stellaluna's so happy and Mom's so happy. She found her baby. Oh, who knew? But it's nighttime, Stellaluna squeaked. We can't fly in the dark or we will crash into trees. We're bats, said Mother Bat. We can see in darkness. Come with us. Stellaluna was afraid, but she let go of the tree and dropped into the deep blue sky. Stellaluna could see. She felt as though rays of light shone from her eyes. She was able to see everything in her path. Look, there she is flying with her friends and her mama. And she can see. It's like rays of light. She can see in the dark because she has bat eyes and bats can see in the dark. Soon the bats found a mango tree and Stellaluna ate as much of the fruit as she could hold. I'll never eat another bug as long as I live, cheered Stellaluna as she stuffed herself full. I must tell Pip, Flitter, and Flap. And look, here she is, hanging upside down, just chowing down on that mango. It's almost as big as she is, and she's just eating and oh, this is so delicious. This is so much better than bugs. Oh, this is delicious. The next day, Stellaluna went to visit the birds. Come with me and meet my bat family, said Stellaluna. Okay, let's go, agreed Pip. They hang by their feet and they fly at night and they eat the best food in the world, Stellaluna explained to the birds on the way. As the bird flew among the bats, Flap said, I feel upside down here. So the birds hung by their feet. Wait until dark, Stellaluna said excitedly. We will fly at night. So here's Stellaluna and her bird friends Pip and Flitter and Flap and another bat friend. And the birds are hanging upside down because they learned how to do that early on, even though Mama Bird doesn't want them to do that. But they still remember how to do it so they can hang out with Stellaluna and her bat friends. Wait until dark. When night came, Stellaluna flew away. Pip, Flitter, and Flap leapt from the tree to follow her. I can't see a thing, yelled Pip. Neither can I, howled Flitter. Aye, cried Flap. They're going to crash, gasped Stellaluna. I must rescue them. Stellaluna swooped about, grabbing her friends in the air. She lifted them into a tree, and the birds grasped a branch. Stellaluna hung from the limb above them. So look, there she is. She's got them. She's got two of them, and the other one's they're all hung up. She's flying up to this tree branch so they can sit on the tree branch, because that's what birds can do. We're safe, said Stellaluna. Then she sighed. I wish you could see in the dark, too. Well, we wish you could land on your feet, Flitter replied, and Pip and Flap nodded. They perched in silence for a long time. How can we be so different and feel so much alike, mused Flitter. And how can we feel so different and be so much alike? Wondered Pip. I think this is quite a mystery, Flap chirped. I agree, said Stellaluna, but we're friends, and that's a fact. And there they are, the three of them in the tree. Stellaluna hanging above, and she's got her wings wrapped around. Everybody's all snuggled up on the branch below the three birds. Everybody's hugging because they're all friends. And even though they're different, they're friends, and that's what's important. And that's the story of Stellaluna by Janelle Cannon. Little lost bat who finds a bird family and then finds her bat family again. So I hope you liked the story, and I'll be back another time to read you another story. In the meantime, please remember to be safe and wash your hands and wear your mask, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.